What's up, lads and ladettes? How are we all doing today? I hope you guys are doing fantastically well. So, today we are going to start on the Ark faction missions because I really want to get some of the armor. So today we're going to be killing some Plex, but first I just want to show why I'm going to be doing these hunts and things like that, and why I'm going to be recording and all that sort of stuff. Because I had someone say that they like seeing like lower level hunts and things like that. And I do have a lot of newer players that come to the channel, and a lot of the stuff that I like, some of the biggest stuff that I hunt, or some of the stuff that I hunt, isn't really in the ballpark for them. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be running through all the various Ark mission stuff, and that's going to encompass like both the lower level stuff and the higher level stuff, basically as far as I can with the level that I'm at and the equipment that I can feasibly utilize. And I'm going to be going as far as I can, and that's going to be a lot of the hunting for this year. In saying that though, I am going to be doing that puny hunt. Now the puny hunt, the Burryclid puny mission, oh not mission, the Burryclid puny experiment has changed a little bit. I said that I was going to hunt them for an entire week. Now, due to my schedule, I'm not going to be able to hunt for an entire week, but what I can do is I can hunt with X amount of PED, and I'm thinking about grabbing about 500 PED, and then just cycling and cycling and cycling and cycling until all of the universal ammo is done, using Loot Nanny, seeing exactly how much I have spent, or how much I have cycled, and then see what I've gotten back, and see whether or not, with selling all of the items that I get, if I can break even. That is going to be the experiment. But, for now, excuse me, for now though, I am going to be doing a lot of these Ark faction missions because I really want to get a hold of some of these Imperium armor. And for this, the first one that I get, right, which is the Paneleon armor. In order to get this armor, which we'll have a look at the armor itself. The armor itself isn't overly special, but it has 12 impact protection, 12 cut protection, 12 stab protection, but 41 burn protection. So all I would really need to do is add on a penetration plate, and this armor set will be fairly good or really good for hunting robots on Calypso, which would be very good. Now, what this needs is I'm assuming this is per piece and not for the entire set. Per piece, I'm going to need 500 Ark badges, but I'm also going to need a corresponding Ark Guardian piece in order to get the Paneleon armor, alright? Along with all this other stuff, so I'm going to have to craft some Osbin filters, I'm going to have to like get a lot of I'm going to have to get some Zornstar, bonding liquids, tail tips, I'm going to have to get Paneleon pristine elements and things like that. There are things that I'm going to have to get. Now, right now I do have an arm, like an Ark Guardian arm guard, but it's a female. I don't know if I can use a female armor piece to make a male armor piece. I'm going to do some research, or one of you guys might be able to tell me. But basically, over time, I'm going to go from getting that one to the Paneleon Spec Imperial armor, which needs the Paneleon and then Tideclaw Imperium stuff, right? But it's also going to need Ark Guardian matching type 1. So I'm going to need not only the Paneleon armor, but also the Ark Guardian, and I'm going to need 1,000 Ark badges per piece, right? Now, if you think there are 7 pieces for a set of armor, it's going to be pretty big. But once I get this one, it's going to have 50 impact protection, right? 17 cut, 25 burn. So hypothetically, this set of armor I could utilize for nearly everything if I was to use corresponding plates. And I'm basically set for anything that does impact damage. Obviously, higher damage I would have to put on the plates, but this has nothing special about it. But as we go up, okay, as we go up, we would get the adjusted Imperium armor, right? Which will need Imperium pilot collectible. It needs like extra shit, right? It needs some extra shit. But this one does have some interesting stuff on it. So for a full 7, like for a full piece set, right? 7 pieces, it would increase our evade chance by 10% and increase the amount of critical damage we do by 10%. Now, if we go all the way up to the very, very end, now I am not saying I'm ever going to make it even, I don't even know if I'm going to make it to the improved, right? Because it's a long stretch, but if I'm ever dedicated enough and lucky enough to be able to grind all the way up to the perfected armor model, right? If I'm ever lucky enough to be able to grind out all this extra shit, right? Then the armor is really good, but the set bonus, 20% evade chance, 20% increased critical damage, and increased critical chance by 1 percentage point. Now, that might not seem like much to some of you, but to those of us that understand DPS and how important it plays and how important damage per peck is, that is fantastic. Now, if you do hear a little bit of snoring in the background, that is my dog. But I'm going to need an insane amount of these Arc faction badges. Right? I'm going to need an absolute insane amount. So we're going to start off today by going and killing 100 Pleaks. And that's going to give us 1. There are extra stuff that I can do. There are daily missions that I can do. So once I've run through all these stages, I'll hopefully be able to do extra stuff to just continue to gain all the badges that I would need. But it's gonna be expensive, right? It's gonna be expensive in time. It's gonna be expensive in resources. But it's a long-term goal. So we're gonna try to find these Pleaks, which I think are around this way. I'm assuming. They are around here. They are kind of in this general direction. So hopefully I can find them. Yeah, here they are. So these are the Pleaks. So hopefully, I think there's only punies. So let's have a looky-loo. Yep, counts towards it. Fantastic. And these guys are really easy to kill. So killing the 100 is not going to be difficult at all. I came out with, or not going to take that much time at all. I came out with 30 PED. And this will give a good chance for people that might be coming to Siren and there might be lower level players. It'll give them a chance to really see what some of the lower level... Ooh, my son is upset. My wife's got him. Okay, cool. That's alright. This hunt won't take very long. But it gives a chance for people to see what sort of loot these Pleaks can drop. And as a general, across the entirety of me hunting, like doing all these Arc faction missions, people will be able to see kind of what drops and all that good stuff. You know, which I think is important. I think it's important for players to be able to see what the smaller, lower level stuff does. And I think that's why I had received... Hold on, I gotta answer a phone call. This is what happens when you get a phone call in the middle of doing stuff. You get little tiny pleaky birds coming at you. So what was I saying? You know, it really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. But yeah, killing these mobs will allow newer players and players that might not have come to Siren, killing all of these different mobs to get these Arc badges. It'll give them like a good idea of what they could find. Like these, you got these rare Pleak wings, which have markup. They got a decent amount of markup. And they do sell. They do sell. You know, they're going to be one of the ones that I'm going to be grinding quite a bit. Especially if there's a lot of these, you know, these Arc faction missions. You know, there's going to be quite a bit of stuff. And getting these Pleak wings could be a fair crack. Though I wonder how much it would take to get to 1 PEC. There's a damn fine question. Is it going to be 10 or is it going to be 100? Because I'm not sure exactly what, like, the actual price of these things, like the TT value of these things are each. Hopefully we find enough of them to, yeah, hopefully we find enough of them to kind of get a rough idea. And the good thing about hunting these smaller ones is, like these smaller mobs here, is because you're cycling more and more, like because you're going to be cycling lots of PED to do the missions and stuff, you're going to be getting lots of skills, and you're going to be getting, like, you're going to be killing more mobs, and more mobs mean more loot opportunities. More loot opportunities means chances to get better stuff. You know? Chances to get better stuff. When I say better stuff, I don't mean equipment. I mean higher TT loot. Like higher TT loot events. And, you know, who knows? These ones could also be a good, oh, what would you call it? Good experiment at some point in the future. Especially if, like, you know, this is stage 1. Right? So this is stage 1. If they turn around and say, yo, we need you to kill like 10,000, then I could do like a big experiment on killing these Pleaks, you know? It could work out quite well. You know, I'm actually quite curious about one specific thing. If we have a look at the markup, it's sold for the month. It's 18 PEC has been in TT has been sold, and it's sold for 115,000%. So what would that be? What would that be? So let's go with 10. So it'll be 1 PED, 10 PED. So like 100 and something PED. That's not bad, especially if you're like a low-level player. That's not bad. And we actually just got a decent whack of muscle oil. See? You do get like bigger loot opportunities when you're like killing more stuff. So let's have a look. Okay, so 10. Okay, so it works the same as Blazar fragments and all that sort of stuff. So, and Nova fragments. Per 10 is 1p, like 0.0001. Okay, so it's the same sort of thing. Interesting. Interesting. So 100 would be, so 1,000 would be 1 PEC. Okay. So if I was to get 1,000 of these things, it would equate to about 10 PED. Okay, this one could also be a good experiment. This one could be a good experiment, or like a decent small profit mob. I'm gonna have to keep an eye on these guys. What do you guys think? Do any of you guys hunt these Pleaks? And I mean, hunting low-level mobs for things like, you know, these wings and various other things, it is a very niche kind of thing, right? It is a very niche thing, because not everyone's going to be hunting mobs specifically to, like, okay, let's take the Nova fragments, right? Not everyone is going to want to hunt thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of low-level burryclids to collect Nova fragments to sell, right? Not a lot of, like, hardly anyone's going to do it. Some people will. They're going to look at it and be like, there's a good opportunity here to play the game and make a little bit extra. You know, there is a good opportunity here. But there's going to be a lot of people that are like, you know what, nah, it's all good, I'm not going to worry about it. So, I wonder if these Pleaks could be of a similar vein. You know? But, questions for another day. For now, we've got like 24 left to kill. And then we're going to see if there's an extra stage. And if there's an extra stage, then that will mean that there's going to be lots more stuff. and we're gonna see if we get. I want to see if we're gonna get more and more, like more and more tokens or badges. These Arc faction badges. I want to see if we get more and more, like the more stages that we do. Because I mean, it says stage 1, so hypothetically it should be, there should be more than one stage, but we will see. Yes, indeed, we will see. And again, it doesn't take much to do this. It's quite good. It doesn't take much at all. We got 12 left. And we're gonna finish up. And we're not gonna worry about checking the TT value of stuff, but we will keep an eye on. We will check like the how much we spent and blah 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 for the 100 pleaks, which shouldn't be all too much. We're using the Buchan's spare rifle adjusted, and it was at full TT, and we you know 30 PED worth of universal ammunition. We just got about 80 PEC, so that's pretty good considering we're only spending maybe, I don't know, 3 or 4 PEC to kill these things each, maybe less. So let's have a look. So we spent not even 4 PED on that, and okay, so we're gonna say 4 PED 50. We're gonna say 4 PED 50. Yep, nah, we're fine. We're golden. We could probably hunt those guys for quite a long time. So if only there was like a daily for them. So let's head back to the. We're gonna head back to where you can get the mission, like the missions from. And I'll be able to show you guys kind of what I'm gonna be doing. Right, because they're not all like low level stuff. There's like low, and then there's like mid, and there's high, and then there's the dailies and all that sort of stuff. So these are the low level missions. So we did the Pleak, been awarded the appropriate number of arc, continue to rank up here and gain access to rewards and more difficult missions. Let's have a look. Is there a stage 2? No, there isn't. Okay, interesting. They just randomly gave me a Swamp Lurker one. Now we're going to abandon that. So I think next time... Ooh, I think next time we're going to do Tree Dragons again. Oh, not that one. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, he gave me drill bots. Let's... Yeah, you know what? Next time we will do the drill bots. We will do drill bots. Alright, so you have the lower missions, right? And then you have the higher missions here. So like Zeladoths and all that sort of stuff. Zeladoth Part 2? Okay. And then we have the higher level ones. So you got the Horned Whiskerfish, Armored Whiskerfish, Fenris, a whole bunch of different stuff. And then you have the daily missions. So if we have a look at the daily ones, we have Scoutbot Collector, we have Swamp Lurker, Sea Wraith, and we have the mutated Direweed. So we have a few little different bits and bobs that we'll be able to sort of deal with. But I'm going to be leaving it there for today, ladies and gentlemen. If you enjoyed, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you're new, and next time we are going to be killing some drill bots. Heck yeah. Take care, stay safe, and I'll see you all in the next one.